Welcome back, everyone, and for anyone who is new, welcome, I guess. Today's topic is just something that I thought about when I was in the shower, because we all know best thoughts happen when you're in the shower. Don't know why that happens, but it's totally true. Happens all the time. I'm just gonna jump right into this. I never really plan out what I'm going to say. I kind of just think of whatever topic and then just jump right into it. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to be telling you why I believe that I got cancer for a second time. By no means is this like a medical reason or anything like that, which is actually funny because the first time I had cancer, obviously my first question for my doctor was, how did this happen? Obviously, I wanted to know why this was happening. And they tell me, yeah, we don't know. Like, okay, well, do you know how long I've had cancer for? Because that was stage 2. And they're like, no, not really. I'm like, huh, okay, cool. So yeah, very vague explanation. Now, I'm not sure how many or if anyone or if everyone knows, but I didn't start YouTube until I was diagnosed again. So I had already had cancer, done my thing, went into remission, and then my cancer came back after 3 months, right after it was my 3-month PET scan, my checkup, my first one, and that's when they found the cancer again. For whatever reason after that, I decided to start my YouTube channel. Now that is like the biggest thing that I want to talk about today. If I was never diagnosed for a second time, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. And I think that's the biggest thing that blows my mind, is that none of this at all would exist today if I didn't have cancer and cancer for a second time. My memory chip just told me I was completely out of memory, so I had to sidetrack real quick and delete a lot of footage. So sorry if the angle's different or whatever, but now I have to remember exactly where I was. So like I was saying before, I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now, right here, if it didn't happen. And there are times, and a lot of times, that I regret that I didn't do this sooner, because my first time was such a different experience. Chemo that I did the first time I had cancer, there were actually 5-day long chemo sessions. So I'd be inpatient, and that was really rough. But nothing that happened the first time even amounted to the second time. And this is where I kind of want to get more into why I think I was diagnosed a second time. And honestly, yes, because of YouTube, but also after I was diagnosed the first time and I went into remission, it was like I went back to just a normal life. It was like it didn't affect me. I went back to work. I wanted to just like everything that I just had stopped doing, you know, because of getting sick, I wanted just to go back exactly to where I was. I actually went back to the recruiting office because if you didn't know, and sorry if you already knew this because I'm sure you've heard me repeat it 1,000 times, but if you didn't know, I was diagnosed with cancer when I was at Navy boot camp. So my whole life it was like I wanted to join the military, this and that. So yeah, I was in remission and I had went back to the recruiting office. It was the same recruiter, so he already knew me, he already knew my story because it got around. And so we were like in the process of getting all this paperwork done, and we're gonna do this and do that and whatever. And then I got sick again, which is crazy to me because obviously there's the first time where I got sick and I had to leave the Navy. And then I was better again and I tried to join the Navy again and I got sick again. So to me, this was like a very, very strong sign to me that, okay, maybe my life plan is not the Navy. Like something is trying to tell me, obviously, that this is not the right way to go. So yeah, and it's just, like I said, I was just trying to get back to a normal life. I was kind of just trying to put cancer in the back of my head, like it had never happened, just move forward, let it be. And yeah, like I said, not until my second time did I start YouTube, did I start to connect with people in the cancer community, and I have met amazing people. I have made lifelong friends now. I feel like I've been able to reach out to people who maybe are going through the same thing and just want to see someone else going through it. and just want to feel like they're not alone. And I just, you know, everything happens for a reason. And I know when you're sick or when bad stuff happens to you, it's very hard to believe that, because the whole time you're like, why is this happening to me? Why me? Whatever. And I've realized never in that moment do you realize why this is happening to you. You have to just, you know, push forward to the future and just know that there is a reason. I don't want to be a person that just says, you know, there's always someone who has it worse or someone who has it better, or everything happens for a reason. But honestly, I do believe everything happens for a reason. And I think if you don't think that, then I can't even imagine how hard it is to get through a rough time, because that's what always got me through it, was just to know there's a reason why. And to know that, you know, in the future down the road, it's going to be worth it one way or another. Obviously, when my cancer came back, my world just crumbled. I couldn't believe why it was happening. It was nasty, it was bad. But I'm here today, and you know, if you have cancer right now, I mean, looking at me now, it's hard to believe I was even there. Honestly, sometimes I feel like that was a different life that I lived. In January, which is next month, it'll be 2 years since my bone marrow transplant. 2 years ago, I had no hair. And it's so crazy to me to think that was even 2 years ago. Because like I said, it feels like a different life, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago. I never thought I would be this far out. I never thought I would know what remission looks like, especially a year or 2 years. And the world surprises you. Obviously, the world surprises you in bad ways, but it can surprise you in good ways too. And you just have to keep the hope. And, you know, like I said, where would I be if I didn't have cancer or have cancer twice? I would definitely be doing something different right now. I would not have 1,000 people listening to me. And I know that 1,000 people is not really a lot, but it really is a lot to know that that many people are listening. And even more than 1,000, I've had some of my radiation videos and this and that get 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 views. So it is such a great thing to know that you can help people. I still couldn't tell you right now what my plan is. My whole life I had it planned out. Now I take everything day by day, but I feel like this is the right thing to do, and eventually things will work their way out. And I think that's a big thing about life, is you can expect it to go a totally different way. I know that in many aspects of my life that I have planned or thought that certain things would go a different way, and it's turning out that they're not. But like I always say, everything happens for a reason, and you just gotta keep the faith, keep the hope, and know there's a reason why, and just give yourself and your body you don't have to push yourself so hard. It's good to push yourself, and it's good to have plans. It's amazing to do that, to have plans for yourself and have it all figured out. That's great. But know that if you don't, it's okay too, because everything has a way of working itself out. So don't ever beat yourself up or anything like that. And obviously right now I'm not just talking to the cancer community, but to everyone. The stuff that I have now done with my life, I would have never, ever done before. And in some ways, I'm able to thank cancer for that. I realized what I want to do in life, and every day I'm pushing myself to get there. Right now, I work at a doggy daycare, and it works for me because that's just what I do, obviously for a job, to make money, but I have my main focus. I'm working towards that. And I know eventually one day I will get there. And if it's not meant to happen, then it's not gonna happen. And that's okay. But I don't wanna share too many details with you guys yet, because like I said, it's something that I'm working towards. And I'm not really that type of person to like talk about something and tell people, because I don't want to be let down or let anyone else down. So I kind of have this project I'm working towards, like a career path I'm trying to take, and hopefully it all works out. I haven't been very happy in a long time. I wouldn't say on a day-to-day basis, but I do struggle with it, as I'm sure a lot of people do. I know it seems like I'm very happy, but in all honesty, I think I am happy in some ways because I have found peace with my diagnosis and with cancer. I never thought I would. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry if you tuned in thinking I was gonna go all like medical about it, but no. If you're new to my channel, comment below, introduce yourself. I would love to meet new people, anyone at all, especially people in the cancer community. Hey, okay, love you.